over 72 hours but no arrest. A Mumbai shopkeeper was assaulted for not speaking in Marathi. His ordeal filmed and circulated online by the assailants, and over 24 hours after the FIR was filed, the police finally recorded the statements of the 7 accused. The 7 men, members of the Raj Thakrae's Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, which has refused to apologize for the assault, deposed at the Deputy Commissioner of Police's office but were not taken into custody. Why no arrest so far? Does this hooliganism has sanction of the state as well? Why I say this is because Maharashtra Minister has given cover fire to this Gundagardi on camera when NDTV confronted them. Take a look at our report.
They beat, they brag, they remain brazen, and the cops and government keep dragging their feet. The Gunda Raj continues unchecked. 2 days have passed since the MNS goons beat a lone shopkeeper inside his shop. The video went viral. It triggered outrage, but the system is unmoved. Despite an FIR being filed against all 7 accused, not a single arrest has been made yet. Adding insult to the injury, the accused are arrogant and unapologetic.
उसका जो बात करने का तरीका है ना वो गलत है।
क्या पूछ रहे हो आपने मराठी के लिए
उसने नहीं
मराठी ना
के लिए मारेगा जो गलत व्यवहार करेगा तो हमारे को ना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है गुना दाखिल होने से मराठी के मुद्दे के लिए हम लोग गुना लेने के लिए तैयार है।
The police and the government are hiding behind the rule book to justify their inaction.
तुरंत एफआईआर हमने रजिस्टर कर ली गई है। 7 लोग जो है उनको आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया गया है। 3 लोगों को नोटिस दिया गया है। अभी कानून में ये प्रावधान है कि 2 साल से ज़्यादा सज़ा नहीं, उसमें 7 साल से अगर कम सज़ा रहे तो उसमें अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकते। तो हमने नोटिस सबको सर्व किया गया है और सब पे प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन भी हम ले रहे हैं। जल्द से जल्द हम इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन करके चार्जशीट जो है कोर्ट में फाइल करेंगे।
Even before the outrage over that incident could die down, another video of MNS hooliganism has surfaced. This time, MNS workers barged into the home of a man, Kedar Soman, who had posted a comment against MNS chief Raj Thakre on social media. Shockingly, though, it is Kedar Soman who has been detained by the police while no action has been taken against the MNS workers caught on camera. As expected, senior MNS leaders have come out defending the actions of their workers, saying those living in Maharashtra must speak Marathi. Shockingly, even Maharashtra ministers have echoed this sentiment, though they did condemn the violence.
महाराष्ट्र में मराठी तो बोलनी ही पड़ेगी। अगर मराठी नहीं आती है तो आपका ये एटीट्यूड नहीं चलेगा कि हम मराठी बोलेंगे नहीं। हमें किसी और लैंग्वेज का अपमान हमें करना नहीं है, लेकिन मराठी में अगर कोई महाराष्ट्र में कोई मराठी को डिसरिस्पेक्ट करता है तो बिल्कुल वहाँ पे हमारे कायदा हम लागू करेंगे, उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई करेंगे। जिन्होंने भी उनको मारपीट की है बिल्कुल उनको एक ही संदेश देंगे कि कायदा हाथ में मत लीजिए।
शॉपकीपर को मारने की वजह क्या थी ये जाना जाता है। सरकार की कोई ऐसी भूमिका नहीं, किसी ने गुंडागिरी नहीं करना चाहिए। सरकार सक्षम है, आप सरकार पुलिस के पास रिपोर्ट करो, पुलिस के ऊपर कार्रवाई करेगी।
The opposition is now questioning the Maharashtra government's inaction, accusing it of emboldening MNS goons to terrorize citizens.
सरकार ने तुरंत एक्शन लेना चाहिए, कड़ी से कड़ी सजा देना चाहिए। मुंबई ये शहर मेट्रोपोलियन है, दुनिया भर के लोग मुंबई शहर में रहते हैं। संविधान ने अधिकार जो दिया है सबको अपने अपने भाषा और अपने धर्म के प्यार करने का अधिकार दिया है, लेकिन किसी को जबरदस्ती करने का अधिकार नहीं दिया है। और इस तरह से दहशत पैदा करने का काम वो ना करे, ये सरकार को हम सूचना देते हैं।
NDTV will not rest till these MNS goons who've been troubling citizens in the name of Marathi pride for years face the law. But the question remains, why no strict action unless incidents turn violent or go viral? Why are the accused still free despite being clearly identified on video? Who has been shielding them all these years? And why are ordinary citizens being vandalized, humiliated and threatened, all in the name of Marathi? The government owes answers. Now it's time for the Maharashtra government to act and act decisively to send out a message that no one is above the law. With Sujata Dwivedi, an NDTV Bureau Report.
And now watch when my colleague Shiv Arur grilled MNS leader how he brazenly defended what the party workers did. Take a look.
सीधा सवाल, ये जो बहादुरी इन 5 लोगों ने दिखाया इस आदमी को थप्पड़ मारने का, वो बहादुरी कहाँ है? उनको बुलाया गया है पुलिस ने उनको समन किया है क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए, तो कहाँ चला गया ये बहादुरी? क्यों नहीं आए? अगर एमएनएस वालों को डर नहीं है तो सामने आए और क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए पेश हो जाए।
मालूम नहीं है, वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, आपके रिपोर्टर ने आपको गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है। उन्होंने अपना नोटिस ले लिया है, जो समन्स था वो ले लिया पुलिस स्टेशन में जाके।
क्यों?
जो कार्रवाई करनी है
क्यों नहीं आए हैं? कहाँ छुपे हैं?
अरे आ गए,
पॉलिटिकल प्रोटेक्शन मिल रहा है ना
आ
अभी।
गए सर जी, उनके ऊपर समन्स आ गया, समन्स उन्होंने ले लिया। हाँ। जो भी लीगल कार्रवाई हुई वो हो जी।
तो मतलब एमएनएस उनको प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है अभी।
डेफिनेटली जो मराठी के अपमान करेगा, हमारे
मार खाएगा,
हमारे महाराष्ट्र में उनको
मार खाएगा,
बराबर से सबक देंगे,
मार खाएगा।
जो अगर बात से बात माने तो अच्छी बात है। हाँ। तो हमारा हाथ रहता ही है।
तो आप नेशनल टेलीविजन पे ये बोल रहे हैं और सब लोग सुन रहे हैं, आपको 0 तो मिला है चुनाव में, लेकिन वो ठीक है, लेकिन आप बोल रहे हैं फिर से प्रॉमिस कर रहे हैं,
0 जिसके पीछे लगता है आगे लगता है, उसकी वैल्यू हो जाती है।
आप फिर से नेशनल टेलीविजन पे बोल रहे हैं मंगेश भाई, रिस्पेक्टफुली मैं सवाल कर रहा हूं कि अगर किसी ने मराठी को लेकर बोला कि मैं मराठी नहीं बोलता हूं, मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, जो भी है, आप बोल रहे हैं, आप वादा कर रहे हैं अभी नेशनल टेलीविजन पर, एनडीटीवी पर, कि आप हाथ उठाएंगे, ये है ना?
मैं आपको शिव जी एकदम क्लियर कट लैंग्वेज है, मराठी आपको नहीं, हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ, रिस्पेक्टफुली बोल रहा हूँ। हर एक को रिक्वेस्ट रहता है, हर एक को अपने अपने मदर।
ये रिक्वेस्ट नहीं था मंगेश भाई, ये रिक्वेस्ट नहीं था।
शिव जी बीच में नहीं बोलिए, अगर मैं आपको सुन रहा था तो प्लीज आपको रिक्वेस्ट है,
प्लीज स्पीक।
कैसे है ना कि सर जी क्या है कि उनको रिक्वेस्ट की गई थी, उन्होंने नहीं माना, गलत तरीके से उन्होंने बात की, तो उसका एक्शन का रिएक्शन था। आप भी समझो शिव जी, क्या हमें भी वही काम धंधा नहीं, किसी को मारते रहे, वो भी बुजुर्ग आदमी, बेचारे बुजुर्ग ने बुजुर्ग जैसी बात करनी चाहिए।
नहीं एक्शन रिएक्शन बहुत।
20 साल के बाद अगर एक आदमी को शिव जी 20 साल के बाद एक आदमी को अगर मराठी आती नहीं तो उसके लिए शर्म की बात है। हमारे बहुत सारे दोस्त लोग हैं जो हिंदी भाषी के लिए मराठी अच्छे से बोल लेते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हर एक को प्राइड रहता है।
किसी के पास हक नहीं है,
तो हमारा भी एक काम,
किसी के पास हक नहीं है हाथ उठाने का अगेंस्ट अ कॉमन सिटीजन, नो मैटर व्हाट द प्रोवोकेशन।
And now, in a big NDTV campaign, India stands against VIP thugs. Impact has been made as BJP leader Jagannath Pradhan has been arrested by the Odisha cops after the assault video of a bureaucrat went viral. Ratnakar Sahu, additional commissioner of the Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation, was reportedly dragged out of his office and assaulted by a group of miscreants on Monday. According to cops, 5 people have been arrested so far, including BJP corporator Jeevan Raut, and now fresh arrest has been made with BJP leader surrendering. Now, government work across Odisha has been severely affected as senior officers of the Odisha Administrative Service and Odisha Revenue Service have gone on mass leave in protest against the alleged assault of a senior officer. My colleague Saurabh Gupta has more details.
Well, finally an arrest after an Odisha bureaucrat was brutally beaten, kicked, punched and thrown on the floor by a group of men who were associated with the BJP but since then have been suspended from the party for their action. Now, after this video went viral, there was a lot of outrage over this kind of behavior, Gundaraj, Gundagiri on the streets, in this case actually in a government office directed towards a government officer. Now, the Odisha bureaucrat's body did meet the Chief Minister, submitted a deputation, demanded Jagannath Pradhan, BJP leader's arrest, and finally, after that incident took place on the 30th of June, and there were others who were arrested later, now the main person who had been named by the bureaucrats has also been arrested by the police in Odisha. Jagannath Pradhan, the BJP leader, has been arrested this evening, but his supporters have come out on the streets and blocked the national highway in protest. However, this is, of course, also been part of an NDTV campaign. In fact, we've been covering how several places, several incidents have shown politicians indulging in this kind of behavior, believing that there wouldn't be consequences, but at least in one case in Odisha, the government has arrested Jagannath Pradhan, and the BJP earlier had taken action. They had suspended several people who were identified in the video. The Odisha bureaucrats had been carrying out a protest, and now you know that Jagannath Pradhan The BJP leader, who was named by the bureaucrats as the kingpin in this case, has also been arrested by the police.
West Bengal Chief Secretary Manoj Pant has now written a letter to his Odisha counterpart complaining about harassment of Bengali-speaking migrant workers there after being branded as Bangladeshis. According to Mr. Pant, it had been deeply distressing for the West Bengal government to learn that many of these migrant workers were being targeted solely because they speak Bengali, their mother tongue, after they were unjustly labelled as Bangladeshi infiltrators. My colleague Saurabh Gupta has more details. Take a look.
Well, the West Bengal Chief Secretary Dr. Manoj Pant has written to his Odisha counterpart highlighting what he calls Bengali-speaking migrants being harassed. And he's, of course, said that these Bengali-speaking people have been unfairly labelled, unjustly labelled as Bangladeshi infiltrators. Now, there has been an exercise in several parts of Odisha to identify illegal infiltrators, especially from Bangladesh, and to take legal action against them. And in that process, this has been going on. But what we know now is that the Bengal Chief Secretary has written to his Odisha counterpart seeking prompt action and asking him to take a humanitarian view on the matter, also saying that the sweeping generalization is hurtful, unjust, and calling someone Bangladeshi infiltrator just because they speak the Bengali language is something that's unacceptable for the dignity of citizens. And that's why he said he expects an urgent attention and prompt resolution on this issue. In that letter, the Bengal Chief Secretary, Dr. Manoj Pant, has written to his Odisha counterpart.
Now, Karnataka government's survey to enumerate scheduled castes leading to an exchange with some residents and the BJP complaining about BBMP officials pasting stickers on doors of residents who weren't available for the survey. This has raised questions over whether it's being carried out accurately, and the BJP is now questioning the state's spending on conducting this survey. Sample the reactions coming in.
ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಥರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆಯಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಹೇಳೋ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಈ ದಾರಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ದಾರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ ಜಾತಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅದು ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜಾತಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜಾತಿ 101 ಜಾತಿಗಳಿವೆ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜಾತಿ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ವರ್ಗ
Siddaramaiah already has spent more than 160 crores. Why is he going for second census when central government has already taken decision to do census and caste census across the country? What is the necessary for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah to spend 500 crores on this caste census? Why is he in a hurry? So Siddaramaiah, the intention of Siddaramaiah is very clear. Caste census, Siddaramaiah is using it as a tool to save his CM's kursi.
Faced with public fury, the Delhi government has put on hold a contentious order denying fuel to end-of-life cars, the term for petrol vehicles older than 15 years and diesel vehicles older than 10. Environment Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa told reporters a fuel ban such as this is difficult to enforce due to technological challenges and complex systems, and said a system to seize poorly maintained vehicles instead of punishing people who take care of their cars and motorcycles is being worked out. Listen in.
Because of the technological and extremely complex system and lack of integration with neighboring states, there is a public discontent and outcry. In these said circumstances, it is not feasible to implement this system where fuel is being denied to EOL end-of-life vehicles identified through ANPR installed at petrol pumps in Delhi. हम इनको जानकारी दी है कि इसके चलते ANPR को इम्प्लीमेंट करना, इस सिस्टम को इम्प्लीमेंट करना अभी फिजिबल नहीं है. इसलिए जो बाकी स्टेट्स के अंदर जब आप बाकी जिस तरीके से NCR के अंदर जब आप इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, साथ साथ में तब तक हम भी अपने आप को टेक्नोलॉजिकली इसको जानकारी लेकर इसको अपग्रेड करके इसके टेस्ट करके उसके बाद ही इसको भी हम भी इम्प्लीमेंट करने की स्थिति में होंगे.
The old policy was 10-year-old diesel vehicles will be scrapped. Now the Delhi minister has come out, Mr. Sirsa, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, and one minister has come out and said a fuel ban is not feasible, and hence they are relooking as far as this entire policy is concerned. Apart from that, the old policy also said 15-year-old petrol vehicles will be scrapped. The minister now has gone and said the vehicles won't be seized because of age. If they have to be certain parameters, if they pass those fitness parameters, pollution parameters, then that vehicle will not be seized. Let's also tell you that the 1st July rule, no fuel for end-of-life vehicles. Now, the minister is saying that the pollution factor will decide the scrapping of the vehicles. If your vehicle is above the pollution limit, doesn't have the certificate of fitness, that's when your vehicle will be scrapped, not because it is 10-year-old or 15-year-old. And while, initially, like they were saying, they will not bother about the condition of the vehicle. At least our collective voice has forced them to see logic and reason as far as this entire policy is concerned.
In the chilling honeymoon murder case of Raja Raghuvanshi that has gripped the nation, a local court in Shillong this evening remanded Akash Rajput, Vishal Singh Chauhan and Anand Kurmi, 3 of the 5 prime accused in the sensational murder case of Raja Raghuvanshi, to additional 14 days of judicial custody. The 3 men, along with Raja's wife Sonam Raghuvanshi and her alleged partner Raj Kushwaha, have been accused of orchestrating and executing the murder. Raja Raghuvanshi was allegedly killed on May 23rd while on his honeymoon in Meghalaya. His decomposed body was found nearly 10 days after. Now, on Friday, Sonam and Raj will be produced in the court. Take a look at what my colleague Ratnadeep had to say.
Today, in fact, the other 3 key accused, Vishal, Anand and Akash, who had attacked Raj Raghuvanshi on May 23rd in East Khasi Hills near Waisaidong Falls and killed him. These people, their 14 days judicial remand was getting over today, and this evening they were produced in a local court. However, not physically, but from the jail itself through video conferencing, and police had not asked for further police remand, and therefore their judicial remand was extended for another 14 days. This also comes at a time when yesterday the other 3 accused who were arrested for tampering evidences, they were also sent to judicial remand. So at this moment, all the people who have been arrested in connection to the honeymoon murder case, including Sonam and Raj,
Russian President Vladimir Putin has told President Trump that Moscow remains committed to its original goals in Ukraine and will not back down even as it supports a negotiated end to the conflict. In a phone call, Trump pushed again for an early end to the war, but the Kremlin said Putin stood firm. The leaders also discussed Iran and regional tensions, with Putin urging diplomacy over force. The call comes amid renewed efforts to broker a peace even as fighting continues on the ground. Now, shifting our focus to the sports stories that we are tracking here, Pakistan's hockey team will not be stopped from competing in next month's Asia Cup in India, a sports ministry source said. And I quote the sources, "We are not against any team competing in India in a multinational competition, but bilateral is different. International sports demands that we cannot back out from competing. Russia and Ukraine are at war, but they show up at multinational events." Take a look at the reactions coming in.
Give us your first reaction of the ministry clearing your request of getting the teams in.
देखिए, अभी हमको मीडिया के माध्यम से ही मालूम चला है। मैं आपको ये क्लियर कर देना चाहता हूँ। देखिए, हम लोग का शुरू से ये था कि जो भारत सरकार का गाइडलाइन होगा, जो उनका निर्देश होगा, हॉकी इंडिया वही पालन करेगा। हॉकी इंडिया उसी पर था। देखिए, एक एशिया कप था जो आपको बता देना चाहते हैं, वर्ल्ड कप क्वालिफाइड टूर्नामेंट है और फिर जूनियर वर्ल्ड कप है, तो दोनों ऑफिशियल टूर्नामेंट है। पहली चीज तो ये है कि हम लोग कॉमनवेल्थ गेम का आयोजन करने वाले हैं। 2036 में ओलंपिक के लिए हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं। तो जहाँ तक मेरा ये है कि देखिए, जहाँ से हम लोग सोचना बंद करते होंगे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री वहां से सोचना शुरू करते हैं। तो इतने बड़े अगर हम लोग आयोजन के लिए अपने आप को तैयार कर रहे हैं, वे कर रहे हैं, तो ये छोटी मोटी ऐसी कोई बातें ना हो जो कहीं ओलंपिक चार्टर के खिलाफ जाकर कोई इसको हवा दे। तो उससे अच्छा है कि सरकार का डिसीजन जो भी है, हॉकी इंडिया उसको ये कर रहा है।
Sir, is the Pakistan hockey team willing to come to India after all that has happened?
देखिए, पाकिस्तान टीम बिल्कुल आने, मैं ये आपके चैनल के माध्यम से आपको ये क्लियर करना चाहता हूँ, इसमें कहीं ये नहीं है कि पाकिस्तान टीम आने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। पाकिस्तान टीम पूरी तरह से आने के लिए तैयार है, जूनियर वर्ल्ड कप में भी, एशिया कप में भी।
Is there a backup plan? Can India travel to a neutral venue and play Pakistan?
भारत कभी भी पाकिस्तान के से खेलने के लिए किसी और कंट्री में नहीं जाएगा। पाकिस्तान को खेलना है तो खेले, हम कहीं और कंट्री में खेलने नहीं जाएंगे उनके लिए।
सरकार जाने, सरकार की नीति सरकार जाने, लेकिन नियम सबके लिए एक होना चाहिए। फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के लिए अलग और जय शाह के लिए अलग, ये नहीं हो सकता। हमारा स्टैंड से आपका क्या मतलब भाई? हम सत्ता में हैं कि हम तो इंतजार करेंगे, स्टैंड लें, फिर हम आपको बताएंगे हमारा स्टैंड क्या है। लेने दीजिए ना,
सरकार को स्पष्ट करना चाहिए।
स्पष्ट तो करें पहले, फिर हम आपको फिर जवाब देंगे।